Big, two-story, 200 square meters, a merchant's mansion. The date of construction is before the revolution, and maybe even in the 19th century. Why is it so cheap? You'll find out now. But the house is good. The house is beautiful. Behind that little house, there it is. What do you see initially? That is, the window's width was initially.
Today we are exploring a massive 100-year-old historic mansion in Russian village. This huge merchant's estate was listed for sale for only $7,500, the price of the cheap used car. Let's step inside and see why the previous owners abandoned this giant.
As far as I know, this was once a merchant's mansion, even before the Soviet Union. Then the mansion was converted into a club. I already told you that such mansions were often converted into clubs, and this is exactly the case. Someone bought it and tried to fix it up. He put the roof on, did some work on the inside, and now we'll see if it's open. But then he decided to sell it for some reason. I don't know. Let's go see where these 40 acres of land are. In theory, all the land always goes behind the house. And look what's behind this house. There are practically no mature trees here, just some bushes. Oh, and indeed, there are the remains of a fence there. Apparently that's the property of this house. Someone was preparing firewood, and it was freshly cut, maybe even a few hours ago. Because of all this thicket, it's really hard to pinpoint the exact boundary of the property, but look how truly beautiful it is. You get to the end and it's absolutely stunning. There's a cliff and such views. It's simply mind-blowing.
Back then people really knew how to build. There were no TVs or computers, so we built houses with incredible views. For example, overlooking an endless field or a river that you could reach by walking through a blooming garden.
Old and impressive. It's been through a lot of renovations. For example, there used to be a window or a door here. It's hard to tell now. It's possible it's been renovated several times. See that arch? So, there was definitely a window here originally, then they widened it out to the sides and made a door. And then they just bricked it up and that was it. And the most interesting thing is, I look at this building and I don't see a single crack in the masonry. Traces of time are visible, but there are no cracks. This is a very, very old house, probably from the 19th century. I saw a crack somewhere around here, but it's small.
All of these old estates were repurposed during the Soviet era. It's possible that at first there was a auction hop here, and later it became a community club with a library, where people read books during the day and danced at night.
Here they filled something up with white brick. There was a big opening here. It started from here and like this, like this, like this. Look, you see a wooden thing. I forgot what it's called. A door frame, maybe. It's amazing how well they built things back then. And there are some iron things sticking out of the wall over there. Maybe there was some kind of balcony, a canopy or something else. I don't know. It's a bit dark, of course. I don't know if anything will be visible.
All spent so much time carefully preparing for this house to have it. Of course, so we forget to bring a flashlight. Classic.
This is the first floor. It's a semi-basement, although the ceiling height here is probably about 3 meters. Pay attention to the arches. They're made of iron. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe I-beams with arched brickwork between them. And you look beautiful, and it's incredibly strong and reliable. Okay, let's go upstairs. But it's very dangerous to go up here because everything is held together by one board. So first Dad will go and check, and then everyone else. Oh, it's certainly lighter up there. So, Tatiana, instructions. Look, first stand here, watch me, then here. Here the board is shaking, as close to the wall as possible, and walk along this board and stand here. It's safe here. Look how high the ceilings are here. How many meters are there? For meters. There's a screed on the floor here. Look, the ceiling's done. See, so, people tried and tried, but then for some reason decided to sell. Maybe they didn't have enough money. Maybe they moved. Who knows what other circumstances arose there. New windows were installed, not plastic, but wooden, but they are new, treated with drying oil. Baby, it's very dangerous in the attic. The floor is perfectly level. The ceiling is almost finished. A large staircase was probably planned here. So, now I'll show you why there are these cracks here. Look, you see, there's a crack here too. And here the wall is crooked, somehow very strange, as if it's shifted a little. In short, all the problems with this interior wall, all the cracks, are due to the fact that there are concrete slabs on top of these walls. I'll show you now. I hope I don't fall down these stairs. Look, guys, what slabs there are here? Reinforced concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, for slabs and some kind of wooden planks on top of them. In short, it seems to me that putting these slabs here was a mistake, because their weight ruined everything, and the wall cracked. The roof is completely new, including the rafters and sheathing, and the galvanized iron is also new. Everything is ready for insulation. And unfortunately, it's no longer possible to remove these reinforced concrete slabs without dismantling the roof. And living with such a mass lying on a cracked wall above your head is very dangerous. Look, there's a foundation there. Something was probably added here. There are still stacked bricks lying here and there. And the building is very cool, of course, monumental. These slabs, 4 of them, are partly on the outer, powerful walls, and partly on the internal partitions, and these internal partitions have cracked a little from their weight. I also want to see what kind of foundation is behind there. Yes, there is a new foundation here. This is the blind area, and it is filled with concrete. The building has history, and it stands in an interesting place. But in order to adapt this structure into a home, as you understand, it is necessary to make a considerable investment.
This house is absolutely amazing. I love these huge windows and high ceilings. There's so much space for imagination here. Any designer could bring their best ideas to life in this place. It's a perfect project to put your hands to.
A very cool house, built of durable red brick. There's room for an extension. The foundation is already laid. If a buyer with money comes along, they'll turn this house into a gem. Guys, don't let the fact that this house is old fool you. It'll stand for centuries to come. The solution is also old-fashioned. It's not cement, it's a solution mixed with eggs.
I think this house next door appeared how much later. Originally, all of this land most likely belonged to the wealthy merchant who built this mansion. Later, during the Soviet Revolution, the merchant was probably stripped of his wealth, and the house was confiscated. It was turned into a local community center or a club, and the land was divided and given away. That's probably when someone built that tiny wing house right next to this giant. I hope you enjoyed this house tour. Please don't forget to leave a like for mine efforts and write comments to support the channel. Thanks for watching.